I never wore do-rag until I grew my hair out. When I had the low cut, I don't wear a do-rag.
So it's an actual song out by Thundercat called Do Rag.
Is there a rapper named Thundercat?
No, he's a singer.
Okay, did he steal that from the
I'm
Thundercats?
sure he did.
That's the new guy, ain't it?
Well, he ain't that new. He about
I
five,
want to.
6 years.
I think I may have heard that song.
In my do rag,
Yeah.
baby
Yep.
girl. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Do rag. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
Did you see that? No sound going out. You got it. Okay, there you go.
Baby girl.
All right, all right. So let's get into Friday's program. Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Don't sound so. Bring the energy, Keith.
Hmm.
Bring the energy.
Okay.
Don't let the devil steal your joy.
No,
Don't let the devil.
the exact opposite is happening. Obviously, Jermaine brought it up. DJ put it in our production notes today, and Rhonda and I were discussing. I haven't watched the video. I'm not going to watch the video. The video posted by the dude in the White House in terms of depicting the Obamas as primates. I'll throw it out there. What do you all think?
I mean, it. When you always have a thought of someone that's so low, and then you think, well, they can't get no lower than this, and then they just outdo themselves. That's what he did. He just continues to outdo himself when it just comes to being just despicable. It's it. I rarely use this word, but it's just downright disgusting that he thought that was okay to do that. And we last week I was talking about on Haters Nation how I can't stand and I no longer want to hear people say, "Oh, we should be doing a peaceful protest in the midst of the aftermath of violence that occurred to individuals." Being a bigger person and just turning the other cheek with this individual, it's almost like you just can't do it. And people have said that before, that you got to fight fire with fire, or you know Eric Mays, rest in peace. He said, when they go low, I go lower. You really got to do that with him. And it's not about dignity. It's not about integrity. It's just about, at this point, standing up for yourself. Because this is utterly ridiculous. Now, I'm sure uh former President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, they're probably going to do one or two things. They're probably going to acknowledge it with grace, you know, or they just may ignore it. But the nigga in me,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you,
Real talk.
you gotta do something, because
Yeah.
I mean it's just, and then to add insult to injury is Black History Month. You already didn't acknowledge it the day of, and then you didn't acknowledge Dr. King on MLK Day. But he did some acknowledgement of Black History Month fairly recently.
Yesterday.
uh but then he did this, and so, like I said, for lack of a better word, is disgusting. um I, and individuals always point to, I feel like I'm ranting, but individuals always point to Black people who are Republicans and support this guy. um this is a call to the altar right here.
Straight up.
When it if
Straight
he
up.
if he looks at them that way, how do you think he looks at you? you know and obviously people may deflect, and they may bring up things that don't even relate to this situation, but this is beyond inexcusable.
Can I chime in for a second? Um, After watching the prayer breakfast yesterday, and just some of the stuff that was being said in front of black people that was at the prayer um, thing that they had yesterday. Um, and then for Paula White to get up, do what she did, and they take that clip, and then you put after she say what she say on the clip, you put um, our real president and his wife on the bodies of apes and play in the jungle. And this is coming from a president that's supposed to be unifying the country, but said that Barack Obama was the reason why the country was not unified, and that he is the reason why that the country is going through what. And then he said Biden didn't even know he was president. You stand up there and you do all of this stuff. You create confusion and heat amongst the people, and the people that feels like you now they feel validated because their leader is doing how they really feel.
You know, uh, if it wasn't last year, it was the year before, where it was 2 years ago, when he was almost assassinated.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I was like, wow, that's crazy. Right? Like I I I felt bad, because somebody attempted to take his life.
Yeah.
But then
People felt bad that he missed.
when this happens, right? When this happens, it's like I'm like, why should I feel bad for an individual like this with anything negative or traumatic happens to them?
This dude is so prideful. He stood up and said that he had to win the 2024 election for his ego. His ego. So it's about him and whatever he want to do. And you got a lot of selfish people that's connecting themselves to him because they see themselves. And now he's speaking how they feel. So now it's, hey, pull the covers back and let's go.
All right. Before I open up the phone lines, you know the rules. It's Friday.
Don't mention the name.
Don't mention the name. We will cut you off immediately. I don't care how good your point is. Don't mention the name.
Push the button.
Yeah, don't put it on.
Okay.
Right, so you ready?
I mean, wasn't JC right?
Oh yeah, brush the yeah.
Oh,
dirt off your shoulders.
Brush it off.
Good morning. You're on air.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
How y'all doing today?
I'm all right. And you?
I'm good. I know y'all don't like to talk about as far as sex, so I'm gonna try and escape this line as thin as possible. I know y'all not gonna let that dude get away with calling black people monkeys. I know y'all gonna talk about that.
What you gonna do about it, George?
You wasn't just listening?
Yo, DJ.
But I'm gonna ask you, George, the same question I asked Rhonda this morning. So what you gonna do about it?
What you gonna do about it?
Yeah. Besides being mad, what else you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna keep on talking about it. What you gonna do about it?
That's a good question.
Hey, first of all, I ain't gonna let them throw me off my square.
Yeah.
And
so let me ask you a question, Keith.
So let me finish.
I like how you try and do that stuff. What you gonna do about it? So why have a discussion about anything?
No, I'm saying you have a discussion, but part of it is if you want to vent, you're venting. I understand the people wanting to vent.
Answer the question, Keith, because you're trying to make it sound like we shouldn't talk about that because we can't do nothing about it. So why do we talk about anything?
So we can't do anything about it?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, that's what I asked. So now that you've gotten upset,
we could keep rallying.
Okay.
Keep talking about it.
Okay.
Until we get something done about it.
There you go.
That's what we can do, but to say silent about it. That's what it sounds like. You want us to say don't say nothing about it because that's what I'm hearing.
Well, how do you hear it? And I never said it.
Yeah, I didn't
So why would you ask me that?
Because my frustration is that, we get angry about it. It was like Obama was at a rally and he said something. I don't know if he mentioned dude's name, and people started booing. He said, "Don't boo, vote."
Yeah.
My point is that we people let this dude upset them every day. And I'm just saying, why are you letting him even rent space?
So Keith, you that cool that nothing he ever says bothers you. You telling me that?
No, I'm not telling you that.
You Mr. Cool. Mr.
No,
Cool,
I'm not telling you
cool.
that. I'm just saying, what should I be expending my energy on? The anger?
Hey, DJ, let me just say this, DJ, because I've said it a million times. When you're on hold, you can't hear the discussion what you guys are saying over the phone.
Oh
So
yeah.
no, I didn't know what y'all were talking about.
Oh yeah. We started the program about this, and I think I went on like at least a 3 to 4 minute. I wasn't yelling, but I felt like I was ranting, And to Keith's point, what something that I said earlier, he's an individual that I already think low of, and it just astonishes me that he can even go lower than I already think of him. Like he just outdoes himself. I said that what he said and did was disgusting, and I rarely even use that word, disgusting. And I said a bunch of other things, and then Jermaine tapped into just how he felt about that. So we definitely didn't let this slide. This was supposed to be for Haters Nation, but we started this off without. I mean, this was just so egregious that you can't ignore it. It's inexcusable, and we starting the program off with it.
Thank you, but I'm gonna get back to this. It should upset you, and it should make you mad. So it shouldn't be like why you gonna let them knock you off? It should make you mad, and and I guess my point is that these black folks that follow him, if that don't change your mind, then you are a true Steven. Because if that don't make you mad, I mean, the dude he can't hide it no more. He be trying to do them codes and all that, but he done put it out there now. So everybody, we already knew, but now it's out there for sure. He can't. I'm really interested to see how they're going to try and walk this back. I'm waiting to see how they're going to try and walk this back. I don't think they can.
I don't think they will. I mean, some stuff
is just, they ain't even gonna touch it. They gonna act like it didn't even happen.
I mean, look what they did with the gentleman that passed away up in Minnesota when they killed him. They started lying, and they just made up anything but saying that was wrong. This is the same thing, and should we expect anything less? So I get your point. This is frustrating, but then also, just being a human being, and we've dealt with irritating individuals. When you allow when you allow them to frustrate you, and they visibly see that you got to them, then they're gonna keep agitating you. And so it's a fine line between being frustrated, but then also, like Keith said, still not being moved off your square.
So, we said when Barack got elected president, how I woke up the sleeping giant.
Mm-hmm.
This might have woke up the sleeping giant in us now. Because Keith asked me what I'm going to do. I'm an advocate for the Democratic Party about, certain things. But I'm going to tell you, I got a 2-3 block radius. Wait till election time come up, and I raise my right hand. I know a whole bunch of people. I'm going to be out there knocking doors this year. So, Keith, you asked me what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be out there knocking on doors. Because I know people that don't vote. I'm gonna see if I can drag their butts to the polls this year.
Yeah.
This has got to stop. We got to put this. They're gonna try. I believe they're gonna try and start taking these election machines. Whatever they're gonna try and do, they're gonna try and stop us from trying to get our vote in. So if this don't move people, and it's not that. Yeah, I'm upset about it. but it's not to the point that I'm like outraged at, because like you said, DJ, it really don't surprise me. I guess the thing that I'm really surprised at more than anything is how people keep letting this dude get away with this stuff. I guess that's what I'm surprised at.
It just goes to show that
It's irritating.
we live and operate on two different rules. You know, they can do whatever. We can't do what they do. And every black man and probably every black woman has heard this. You gotta work twice as hard just to get half. and and,
Hmm.
and that and that and that and that's just not in the classroom. That's with our demeanor. That's with how we control our emotions, that how we control our words and how we project. That goes across our lively being. And so it just justifies and proves that we just live uh on two different playing fields.
Yeah,
I agree with you, DJ.
I preached a message called "Don't Get Mad at the Dog," and what it was based on was Jesus tells us not to, put our pearls before the swine because they will trample them. Do not put your precious things in front of a dog because they will devour them. I guess people act as if this is new, and it's not new. And then we get all upset. And guess what? He gonna do something probably Monday, right? So then the issue becomes, as you just pointed out, George, what are we talking about when they're talking about nationalizing an election? Those are things that if we want to get angry, and the fact that that's going and where's the pushback on that? So there are things out there. I was just watching Winning Time, that thing that they did on HBO about the Lakers,
Mm-hmm.
and they what was it, Game 4, where LA was running on the famous Mikhail tackles Rambus,
Mm-hmm.
and so now for the rest of the game,
They worried about fighting.
they're worried about fighting,
Mm-hmm.
and Larry Bird is sitting up there going like, "We got him," because now you focusing on something else. We're going to take advantage. So people try to get you off your square all the time. And then this is what I said to Rhonda this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I said that I don't know why look, about 35% of the people in this country support Donald Trump, right? That means the other 65% doesn't. And so then I don't understand how you never will. You can never get into another person's head and understand why they think and feel the way that they do.
Mm-hmm.
But, we focused in on the minor, and we really should be focusing on the major, which is that the majority of people do not support this dude. And that support is eroding every day.
I'm hoping so, Keith. I'm hoping from what they say, from your lips to God's ears. I'm hoping so, Keith, because I like I said, Keith, I'm just baffled. When they say bizarre world, it seems like we living in a bizarre world, man. Because it's just like, how does dude even got elected president again? Just beyond me. I know why, but it still frustrates me. Skip, what's Skip's last name? That does the DNA stuff about your family. I can't remember
Gates.
that. Yeah, did you watch that thing about the Jews and the blacks last night?
I gotta catch it. It came in and I was getting bits and pieces. I don't know why I didn't tape it. So no, I started in and out watching it.
You don't tape anything anymore. You record it.
Same difference.
Yeah, I'm sorry, record. I'm sorry, but yeah, if y'all get a chance, watch that. But yeah, man, thank you for letting me get my frustration out. It's just like, man, it's just like. But you're right, Keith. You're right to a certain point, Keith. But we got to stay on point, like you said. We can't get knocked off our square, but that don't mean that we can't get up.
Be right.
That don't mean that we can't get upset about it and get angry about it, because that sometimes that'll motivate you. Don't think that anger don't motivate you.
And everybody's right. Just to be honest, just because this is a real situation, and what both of you have just enlightened to me, just me coming up with this, we get so wrapped into the emotions that we focus on being emotional rather than the goal, and rather than staying the course and doing what's needed in order to get past whatever trials that we have. And so it's easy to be wrapped into emotions just because it hurts. We feel that and it sting. But in in all of that, we still have to harness our emotions and be able to move forward and develop a plan. Like you said, what you gonna do? What else are we gonna do? I told somebody that I'm gonna attempt to join the NAACP. Whatever steps that's necessary, is definitely needed. And
That's
so,
funny you say that, DJ, because on the thing I watched last night with the Jews and the blacks,
mhm,
you know who actually helped start that?
who
The Jews
I saw something
with
about
the
that
blacks. I never knew
on
that
social
before.
media. Yeah, I saw something
Yeah, I
about
never
that,
knew that
but I
before.
didn't get a chance to verify it.
So thanks, y'all.
Yep.
Appreciate y'all. All right, bye-bye.
All right. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning. You're on there.
Good morning, fellas. This is Rick calling long distance from Germany.
Good morning.
Keith, you said there's a name we can't mention.
Yep.
I take it you mean the president's name?
Yep.
Okay. Tell me again what happened. What are we getting upset about? What happened?
He made a post on one of his social media platforms with Michelle and Barack Obama heads on cartoon monkeys, and they were dancing and all of that. And the song playing in the background was "In the Jungle."
Okay. We did those kind of things in elementary school, and if they could get your goat, they got you. They could manipulate you in other ways as well. Uh, Too many black people don't vote. Too many white people in America don't vote. And the apocalypse is coming. Who you have in the White House, who you have in the Congress is critical to how you are treated there in America. I left America because I knew that the racist element was going to go hog wild after the election of Barack Obama. And if we don't vote, we get what we get. I'm done, fellas.
All right. Okay. Let me, as a caller, I'm going to do a break. Caller, be patient. I'm going to throw this out because this seems like an excellent segue. We were in the car yesterday, me and Frankie, and we were listening to, I think it was listening to Karen Hunter, and they was talking about the folks who were at the Black History celebration at the White House.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a young man named Rod Wave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they said his demographic is, in terms of people listen, kind of young. Yeah. And my godson fits in that demographic. So I asked him, do you know who this dude is? He go, oh yeah, man, people know who he is. Everybody know who he is. And I said, well, he was at the Trump White House for Black History Month. Da, da, da. So the question I asked him was, I said, so the politics of the artist doesn't really matter, because it sounds like he's a Trump supporter. So that so then that does the politics of an artist, an athlete, does it matter? And his whole thing was, because I was asking, do you tie your politics into your art?
Mm-hmm.
So that was my question. You're listening to Community Voices Friday, 414-444-5250, 414-444-5250. Going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Community Voice. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning. You're in there.
Good morning. This is Mrs. Johnson calling. I believe I came in on a conversation to say that a person in authority calls Black people monkeys. I just want to say this. You just have to know who you are. And in the meantime, even when I raise my children, they say, Mama, they're talking about you. I said, they don't know me. I don't let that get you upset. But in the meantime, my late auntie, Carol Lee Kate, said, if they don't show their intelligence, you show yours. Now, what can be done about something like this, I really don't know. But I heard the brother say when election time comes, he's going to be out and about. Well, I feel you don't want to wait till then. Some of these young people are going to be turning 18 around that time. Start talking now. Talk positive. Don't talk negative to them, because we're not trying to go, as Michelle Obama says, when they go low, we go high. So we have to use another method in dealing with people that show off ignorance like that. And I never in my life seen an individual deal with civilians as their outlash in that way. This is bizarre. But to me, it's like climbing a ladder and you'll make your own fall. So let us just keep being positive. And if there is something that we can do, find out what we can do. Can we stop a person from talking like that? I don't know. It's bizarre. But that's my comment. So that's just what I wanted to say. When they go low, I'm with Michelle Obama. We go high. And you just got to know who you are, because when people call you a bad name, if you answer to it, you're showing them, I'm that. Ignore them. But it seems like this individual is climbing a ladder that they're making their own fall. You all have a blessed day. Thank you for the open line. And I'm just hoping we all go forward in love.
Thank you for the call.
You all. Bye.
Have a good one.
Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning. You're on there.
Good morning. First thing I want to say, a happy Friday, a happy buzz bar, and a happy shot of scotch on the rocks. But when they go low, I'm going to open the devil's door, and I'm for to sip a Parmesan to that end, Black Velvet, because we're for to come with facts. Number one, when you look at the thing monkey, if you shave a monkey, they do not look like none of us. If you look at history, who was sleeping with monkeys, raping monkeys, impregnating monkeys? It wasn't us, because we use animals to fight. That's that spiritual that Black people have in them. When you look at history and they had the monkey tied to the fence sitting on the mattress with purple lipstick and a dress, that Christopher Columbus stuff, it was not us. So we should be coming with facts, because we know they like to take it and rape it and say it was okay. So let's not get upset about it, because y'all know and we know even monkeys is not even safe around them. Their own children is not even safe around them. So what we sweating for? I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 3-year-old that one of them going to rape tonight and record it. Have a great day. Have a shot on me. Bye-bye.
I appreciate that. I'm trying to figure out where I can get that shot.
I did ask. So when I was having that conversation, I said with my godson, and I just asked him, do we, because I said, because I think my godson told me there was no way he voted for Trump.
All right, you
Kill
done.
my mic.
Yeah, you done. So to that, we've had this conversation before, and the I think the biggest thing with people of color, the Black community, we are so attached to like these entertainment figures that they whatever they say is the gospel, and obviously a lot of them are our role models. But I've said this for a while now, that one, these people are not our saviors. They are humans just like us. And then two, I don't, and we should not look to them when things like this come up. I don't, when I go to church, I look to a pastor. When I need some real discernment, I will go to, either you or my mom or my brother. I don't, I don't go to Rod Wave. I don't go to Nicki Minaj. You know what I mean? And I feel that other cultures don't either. But for whatever reason, we just we are just so attached to our entertainment figures that, you know, whenever they do something like this, one, it breaks our heart, and then two, we don't know what to do with it. Me personally, I don't look to these people when it comes to, political activism and things of that nature. Now, in the past, you could speak to this more than me. In the past, you had Jim Brown, rest in peace. You had Muhammad Ali, rest in peace. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You had other figures that, did, stand up and speak out. But we don't have that, and the ones and not to say that we don't have that, because we do. Colin Kaepernick definitely speaks out. Now, obviously, he's not as big as Ali, right? Ali is the greatest. He's not even as big as Jim Brown, right? But he is a significant figure. So, like, we do have individuals that, you know what I'm saying, do whatever this means, speaks to our better half. But we shouldn't just be looking for those individuals to speak for us, because we've said this before and we're gonna say it again. All skin and kin.
At the 20th anniversary
Mm-hmm.
of the Million Man March, I didn't know who he was.
He just dropped the album, by the way.
But a lot of people, he made the odds yesterday on CNN whether or not he will
Retire.
no what he's going to do on Spotify,
Mm.
and whether or not will that become number one on Spotify. But I didn't know who he was, but obviously from the way the younger people reacted, there must have been somebody, and then somebody said, "Oh, that's J. Cole." I mean, you mentioned Harry Belafonte. There have been people, Kendrick Lamar. There are people who have been, but I say it's kind of hard. Do we separate the art from the artist? Kanye West.
We don't know these people though, and we feel that we know these people through their art, but we really don't know these people.
We can make that argument about politicians, right?
We definitely don't know these politicians. Anybody who always puts their best foot forward. It's just like the relationship, a relationship. When you're in that honeymoon phase, you don't really know them. Politicians,
Don't want to.
it's always, now you'll get out of that honeymoon phase by understanding what they voted for. But when politicians are running and stuff, it's basically the honeymoon phase where they're always putting their
So,
best foot forward
would
and
you-
trying to be perfect, which
would you date
not realistic.
somebody who had a different political?
No. I wouldn't date a Republican, is what you're saying. No, I would not date a Republican, but I'm not necessarily a Democrat,
So then why wouldn't you date a Republican?
because they all the way on the deep end.
Okay.
They all the way on the deep end.
What if she's a Republican just because she likes some of the economics, maybe not endorsing the social piece, but the economics?
For me, that's not good enough, because socially is where we live and die. And we see with this administration and in the past, socially is where people that look like us begin to have or even think of some sort of livelihood. Economics will come later, but if I'm being pushed down and I'm being targeted, obviously oppressed, then I'm just thinking about getting through the day. I'm not thinking about my 401k.
So politics could get in the way of love?
Yeah. Why are you laughing?
Right out. The 23rd annual PB&J challenge. We was talking about peanut butter jelly sandwiches the other day, and Bobby Portis. I guess that's why he's so popular here. He does all the right, push all the right buttons, right?
Yeah.
PBJ, which is like the worst sandwich ever of all time.
What?
Dude, I ate so many of them as a kid. You know, the semi-choke sandwich.
Say that. Don't say it's the worst.
It's the worst for me.
No, it ain't, because you ate so many.
Yeah, it is.
No,
I haven't had one since.
you had to make some of them that was good.
No,
All of them were nasty, man.
I was hungry.
All right.
I was hungry. After dinner, I would go, Mom, I'm hungry. And my mother would go, oh, go there and make you a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Oh, man. Oh, I guess you think you're being nice because I get the jelly and the peanut butter?
With bread.
With bread, too. I'm not feeling this peanut butter jelly sandwich. All right. Okay.
Yes,
Man, I let me do it. It's not on the list, but you are watching the halftime show? Of course. Okay. Carl, welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mr. Parris.
Good
I'm
morning.
welcome to you, brothers.
Mhm.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Thank you for taking my call. Listening to your conversation about artists, and I think it has something to do with their artistry, and I think its impact on our community. Am I correct or wrong?
Well, Keith was just asking, can you separate the artists from their or the artistry from their political views? And I was just saying,
Oh yeah, right. I was
Yeah.
listening to you. Yeah, got it. Nice. Okay. Well, no, I couldn't be talking about I'm in love with no lady that's a Republican. It ain't gonna work. Because the scripture says that you are to seek your mate is to be equally yoked. So two negatives or that negative, and I might consider myself a positive, or they might consider themselves a positive, and I might can be considered a negative. And if you know about that mathematically, that doesn't increase the positive unless the positive is stronger than the negative. But if we both are negative with regard to our interaction, then that will cause the destruction, because two negatives only increases the negative. So no. With regard to artistry and separating them, I stopped following one artist or a few of them when I found out how they moved politically, because these people have a following
mm-hmm.
with regard to the millions. So that means they have influence. The word God means possessor of power and force. And in physics, work equals force times distance. So if these people are being listened to and mathematically on an exponential level, and whatever they might say, it might be considered as gospel. So whatever they're talking about, and if I don't agree with it, and if I think that it will impact us negatively, I will dissociate myself with immediacy. No problem. It's just like if you and me were best friends, and one day I came in and I saw you smoking the crack pipe, I'm gonna about face and take off running away from you. And you ain't gonna never see me again. I'm not gonna participate in something that I know is stronger than me. So, and ultimately, this is what I wanted to say with regard to our complete dysfunction. And we know what it is based upon and based in. Willie Lynch, whether the writing, its script type, or its texture or whatnot, that is completely irrelevant in the overall discussion of our matter of facts with regard to our existence here. We have taken up on the self-fulfilling prophecy. I think that's what it's called in psychology, where we do the things that have been pretty much bred into us, and we are trying to fight it, yet there are those who exist among us that don't mind being at the bottom of the barrel and don't mind being considered less than and don't mind subjugated or inferior status when you are the very origin and essence. You dig?
Oh yeah, we got you.
Thank you.
All right.
I thought the car dropped for a minute. I was like, whoa.
All right, 414-444-5250, 414-444-5250. Yeah, and as crazy as J.D. Vance is, Hillbilly Elegy is still a great book. As crazy as Kanye West is, College Dropout is still a great album. And I don't know how many people are going to go out. Maybe they will go out and vote for someone because an artist or someone said, I guess, influencers. No, I should take that back. You have influencers, Joe. People were trying to. George had asked, how did 47 win the last election? Won it because Joe Rogan was able to turn out 1 million white males who normally didn't vote. So there are people out there who have influence, and when that becomes the factor out there. And I think the other thing is the world is bigger than our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes we're in our silos, and so we don't know. So only thing we can do is speculate on white people because we don't. That's part of what segregation. Talk about segregation. Thank you. What it does, it puts us in a situation where you don't know, right? You might have more in common with that person than you realize. And when you hear people say that, when Michael Jackson did, they don't care about us.
Mm-hmm.
Us is a really pretty big group of people that they don't really care about.
Yeah.
The fact that you can put all this money into an ICE budget, and Homeland Security, but you can't find the money to make sure that people have reliable health.
Mm-hmm.
And then the people that is most impacted on that are states that voted overwhelmingly for the president.
No, even beyond that, the fact that you can find this money, but we still have the potential to have government shutdowns. It's crazy.
No, the shutdown is just the politics.
It don't matter. This is politics.
Yeah. So I'm saying it's not that they can't find the money. They have the money. It's a question of how they're going to spend the money. That's where shutdowns or prove the money. The money is there. They're going to print the money. So the money is there. But, the priorities sometimes are thrown off. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning. You're on air.
Good morning. I was listening to a young man, and there was something about, saying would you date a Republican, you're a Democrat. You think about those things. If your views are different, and you get in that heated conversation, it can kind of be heart wrenching because I was there. Like I was dating years ago. I was dating a young lady from India, and she talked about black men so bad, and I'm like, why are you dating me? She said, you're an exception.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what makes me an exception? Because I was business owner then and all. But I'm an exception.
Yeah.
So the views, man, you get to talking. And I couldn't do it. I had to bag up. I had to bag up. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So I'll take it from you.
I ain't said she's a gold digger, but she don't be.
What you say?
I said I ain't said she's a gold digger, but she don't be messing with no broke. So you want to know why you the exception to the rule? You wasn't broke.
You bogus.
I don't know. That's what it kind of sound like to me. I'm a dude from around the way, but
that's definitely what that sound like.
Yeah, it could. Yeah,
and you could spot that from a mile away. Like, wait a minute. You just put two and twos together. Okay, but
Why am I different?
Right.
Cha-ching.
Right.
Cha-ching.
But we so dumb because she probably fine. Oh, it's because I'm cute. It's because
No, you got a job.
It's because I'm
with a
smart.
security number. Yeah, you you're listening to Community Boards. Phone lines open. It's Friday. Joined in studio by Devon Jones, DJ the Protege, Clark Kent. All right, and of course the legend, the super,
Get it right.
super duper producer, Mr. Jermaine Right Out. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be inside the Protege's perspective. DJ, before you do your perspective, should we get and see if we can get a recording instead of me saying now it's time for DJ to Protege perspective? Can we do that? You just fire it off.
I think that's just you being lazy.
That too. But they tell you, man, when you like study human dynamics, that lazy people are some of the most
smartest.
innovative people in the world.
Because we find
Now it's right. Oh, you remember too? So yeah,
I've been called lazy before.
Oh man. Now it's time for the Protege's perspective.
We get many choices in this world, and those choices define us in every way. Because we made those choices, many things are warranted, even though the consequences may be unintended. Choices will make you understand that, and some of them hurt. They will also help you understand that some of them bring hope. Choices brings much reflection, both initially and over time. These are all the things that you have control of, but there are a few things that you don't get to choose. One of them is being Black. You see, being Black isn't a choice. It's a selection, a delegation. Some would even say your destination. Oddly enough, we are defined by this selection, although we played no part in this distinction. We are defined by this delegation from others and even ourselves. We are defined by this distinction from our walk and the way we talk. We are defined by this genetic distinction in the face of violence and in the face of peace. You see, choices that concern you aren't always made by you. And though being Black isn't something that we get to choose, it's something that I choose to celebrate. Celebrate the lineage that stems from being Black. Celebrate the triumphs that resides in us, because that resides in us is great. To celebrate what's great will always breed hate, but we can embrace and celebrate that too. The legendary James Brown told us to say it loud, and Kendrick Lamar provided us solace when he said, "We gonna be all right." Even Nas inspired young Black boys and girls, instilling in them the anthem, "I know I can." So no, I didn't choose to be Black, but I most definitely celebrated because I know I can. And we gonna be all right. But most importantly, I'm gonna say it loud that I'm Black and I'm proud.
All right, appreciate you. Before we go to the caller, I need to know your history. No, okay.
Know your history.
A little louder, man. I mean that was so weak. That was like in the back room, man.
Know your history.
All right. This moment in Black history was brought to you by the guys around the way. All right. Who invented the high five? Who invented the high five?
The Harlem Globetrotters?
Harlem Globetrotters.
Really?
No, I'm just repeating what he said.
I'm just guessing.
Man, that sound like
who invented the high five?
Black Panthers?
Black Panthers.
Mm.
The Globetrotters could have been before the Panthers, though, right?
Yeah, they way before the Panthers.
Yeah.
All right. The high five is widely credited to Los Angeles Dodger baseball teammates Glenn Burke and Dusty Baker, who performed the first or one of the first recorded high fives on October 2nd, 1977 at Dodger Stadium. After Baker had hit a home run, rookie outfielder Burke raised his hand in celebration and Baker slapped it. Okay. So the original moment, it occurred in the final regular season game in 1977 when Dusty Baker hit his 30th home run, creating a 4-man 30 home run single season record for the team. The creators, Glenn Burke, who was known for his high energy, passed his hand up and Dusty hit it. Now, other claims, it says in 1978, 79, and I forgot about these dudes. It was the Louisville Cardinals basketball players Wiley Brown and Derek Smith. His son turned out to be a pretty good player, right? Derek Smith Jr. During the 78, 79. And then this is the thing about Mr. Burke ended up killing his career. The high five became a popular, widely used positive gesture of celebration and camaraderie with Burke, who was openly gay, also making it a symbol of pride. He ended up being drummed out the league for being openly gay, so that's not like a happy ending to that story. All right, so it was Glenn Burke and Dusty Baker. First time I ever saw it, though, was Oklahoma Sooners. Thomas Lott was quarterback. I don't know if y'all you weren't even around. And they were like the first group of people I ever saw to do the high five. So it was Glenn Burke and Dusty Baker.
Now I rock with Dusty Baker. Obviously he was with the other team that we don't mention, but he had got into it with Pete Rose one time. You see them like you know what they saying too, and they going at it. And you know, I'm like on the lower tip of like a sports historian. Like I just love majority of the sports. So like I knew Dusty Baker played, but to know that he was one of the, you know, grand godfathers of the high five, that's pretty dope.
And you know, I don't know if you remember the time his son was Bat Boy.
Yeah.
And he came out when he was, I don't know who he was managing. His son was Bat Boy. Oh, was it Frisco?
San Francisco?
Was it
or
the Giants?
Or the team, you know.
No, it wasn't the Cubbies.
Okay.
But he had to go and grab his son because his son almost got ran over. He run out to get the bat. He's there, and they're coming around the bases. So yeah.
So,
all right. So there you go. So who invented the high five?
Dusty Baker.
So you need to ask who invented "Give Me Five" on the flip side.
Hey, shout out to everybody.
No, that was in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody that's connected with us on Facebook and YouTube. Someone asked about my hoodie. My hoodie, I don't know where it's from because my girlfriend actually got it for me for my birthday last year. I mean, she kind of clever. She was asking me what was my favorite Bible verse.
So she wrote that on there?
Right. And so this is my favorite Bible verse.
I can do all that.
That's what's up.
This is
Philippians 3:14.
I press on towards the goal.
I press towards the mark for the high calling.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my. So this is. I don't know where she got it from, but I mean, it's basically you can customize it. I don't even know what you said.
That thing when.
You know, I'm such a hypocrite, man. Like I get on DJ for Linda dressing him. Yeah. But when I come in here by militant gear, who trusts me?
He gave me the blues.
Man, you never let a woman buy you clothes.
It was actually some boots that she got me, the black ones. And he was like, "Man, them really nice, man." He said, "I don't know, Linda." He said, "Man, don't be letting no woman be trusting you, man. She started controlling everything, man. Oh, you trust yourself." He gave me the blue. He talked about that for 15 minutes. And I'm like, dang, maybe I'm getting soft. Like, man.
And then people come in, oh, that's really nice, man. Where you get that from? Oh, my wife.
That's when I had to call him like what?
So that's the pot calling the kettle black.
So excuse my hypocrisy. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning, you're on there.
Hey, fellas.
What's happening?
Let me turn my radio off.
For the 100th time.
This Hater Nation Trey checking in.
What's going on?
Hey.
You hear what your boy said, right?
First of all, DJ, I want to thank you so much for that perspective this morning, man. It ain't easy to bring me to tears, but you got me pretty close to this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, on to my hate. 10 open positions for head coaches, only one black hired.
Who was that?
I hate the racist National Football League.
Trey, I don't think no black coaches got hired for head
Yeah,
coach.
that's what I thought. It was like zero.
One.
Who?
One did. I don't know, but I heard on.
Yeah, you don't. Hey, because it's one, we would have knew.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
It was
nobody.
zero.
What? Well, I heard that on public radio.
That was last
It
year.
was like and have they fired him?
Unless they said that it's only one black head coach in the league now.
No. That's
Oh, but the
down in
context.
Houston.
All right, that's two.
Yeah.
It's two.
Okay.
Yeah, it is two. It's two. That's in the DeMarco Ryan or something like that. D'Amico Ryan's my bad. And
Yeah,
then
D'Amico.
Aaron Glenn in New York.
So they got 32 teams and 2 black coaches.
And it was over. Wasn't it about 10 openings this year?
And that's what I just said, DJ. It was 10 openings, but I heard that one team had hired a black dude.
No, nobody.
But,
Nobody.
Well, I hate them even more, DJ. Okay? Hate the National Football League. Now, for right out.
So you watching the
could you
game
put-
Sunday?
Hell no.
I feel you.
I just wanted to make sure you were consistent.
No.
I was expecting. Well, I'm gonna watch the game, but I still hate the NFL.
I feel you on that, Trey. I respect that.
Man.
You got me putting up the fist.
You watching the game?
That's to be determined.
TV to determine.
Come on, DJ. Hey, right
Don't be
out.
scared. Don't be scared.
It's to be
Hey,
determined.
right out. Could you play Love Is by Earth, Wind, and Fire before you leave?
Love is.
Yes, on the Millennium album.
I got you.
All right. Love. Peace out.
All right, man. Peace.
Do we want to bring in Haters Nation since you did that?
Yeah, might as well, man. You still got some more hate?
Hey.
Yeah. Did you see the list that I sent you?
Tell them how you feel, B.
Yeah.
Tell them how you feel.
We gonna
B.
come in the Haters Nation, everybody.
All right, well, let me get you set up for Hater Nation.
Let me go back and look at this hate.
He talked about the production meeting. He even forgot.
I got
That's because what we talked about earlier had him.
Well, let me know when you're ready for the hate.
We ready now.
We're ready now, man. We've been about an hour and 15 minutes into it. But,
Tell them what you're mad about, B.
You're inside the Hater Nation population
9.
I'm so glad that it's back because it's part of our promo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had to
we got
be fast, false advertising.
No, I remember in the past I kept saying that I've been inconsistent on a lot of things. That was one of them. I'm consistent on it
Well,
now.
we be doing having the hate going on Ed Day.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, what you got?
So we already talked about the first hate. We led the program off with that, and that is hard to get over, and I don't think we're gonna get over, but we gonna figure it out. The
We
second
gonna be all right.
we gonna be all right. Yeah, that's right. My second hate is interviews that ask the same questions. We watch a lot of interviews with entertainers or political figures, and they were interviewed by different people, but the same questions being answered. That's just lazy, man, and it's a waste of an interview. I feel like I should be the one doing the interviews because I'm gonna ask the questions. I'm gonna ask questions. Stop asking the same questions. Get to what we need to know and what we want to know. And if you're not gonna ask the real questions, they don't have no interview. Because we really over all of this bland stuff. We need the details. Keith, you don't got nothing to say?
I'm an interviewer, so I don't know if you're talking about me.
No, I ain't talking about you. You ask different questions sometimes. Sometimes it be bland, but it don't be the same questions though. So you on one end of the sword. I'm not taking a shot. I'm just saying. My
It did feel like a shot.
I'm glad because it wasn't intended to be.
Just my imagination.
My third hate. All right, my third hate is the news not always forthcoming in presenting white criminals' faces. Excuse me. But when it comes to black folks that committed crimes, no matter how old they are, that face is plastered right front and center. You know, white folks, you know, we got to wait 5 business days in order for us to get a face for some criminal activity that they did. But when it comes to us, you know, if I steal some Skittles, my face is gonna be up there. You know, if I jaywalk, my face is gonna be up there. So the news got to do better with that, and we can't keep accepting them not putting the faces on there for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because that ain't right. You know, and like I said, it don't even matter how old these people is, because you know, when it comes to our black boys and girls, they could be teenagers, they could be grown. That face is going up on that TV. But when it comes to the other man, 5 business days at least before that face is on that TV. They got to do better. You're supposed to be the news it up, right? Right.
I have some hate. I want to know every time we have our GM meeting around what the Bucks should do. General Manager Rideout will propose all these trades. He's put Giannis in trades, put Kuzma in trades. He's put Bobby Portis in trades. He's put Rollins in trades. He put everybody in trades but 20. And I'm trying to figure out how you could even, like, he's talking about trade Giannis. But
this Black History Month. Put him in a trade.
Listen.
What are you talking about?
I didn't want to trade Giannis. I didn't
This
want
Black History Month.
Listen.
But you talked about the possibilities where he was going. So I know you didn't want to trade him.
I didn't want to trade him.
But I never heard Clark. I never heard number 20 mentioned in any of these trade talks. And I'm trying to figure that out.
And I'm going to tell you why. See, when you have a sharpshooter, and in the NBA, now since everybody wanted Steph Curry, everybody want to be Steph. You have to have sharp shooting.
How successful have teams been with trying to get a Steph Curry?
Now, I completely agree with
No.
No.
How many teams have been successful with getting a Steph Curry?
Listen, I completely agree
with
you. There's one, Golden State, which, again, DJ, I completely agree with you.
Well, why won't you?
Because
why can't 20 be included?
Because
I guess I'm just asking.
Even though
is it unreasonable?
What I'm saying,
the trade deadline passed.
He's a
all right.
shooter.
This Black History Month.
He done traded all the coaches, the trading staff. Everybody could go. Giannis could go. But 20 can't go. I'm just trying to figure out.
Giannis, I wouldn't trade Giannis. I wouldn't trade Giannis at all. Kyle Kuzma, I trade him for a pack of potatoes. He's out of there. I trade him with no problem. And again, when you have a sharp shooter who's
Bobby Portis,
I keep Bobby.
Would you trade Bobby?
No, I wouldn't want to trade Bobby.
Would you trade him?
No.
First of all, in order to do a trade, you got to have pieces that people want, and we ain't got too many pieces that people want.
I know, and that's why they was trying to, have these guys go out and score 20 and 30 points in these previous games because they was trying to up their stock. Now, I do agree. Our pieces are trash.
Was 20's
his stock was low. His stock was low.
So I'm trying to figure out.
I wonder why.
if we could trade Pat Connaughton, how come we can't trade 20?
Well, Pat Connaughton was a throw-in.
Oh, okay. And 20 can't be.
And
he's a shooter.
And we had to give away a first-round pick to get rid of Connaughton.
Well, that's because nobody wanted. No, it was a second round.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's still.
We had to give.
a sweetener.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Now
please take him.
Now, did he have a poison pill in his contract?
Who?
Pat Connaughton.
They don't do that in
So yes, they do.
Basketball?
Yes, they do.
No, he would be in the salary range where he would have that.
Yes, they do. They do have.
All right.
So you got to call.
Welcome
But
to
I
the
ain't trading
program.
AJ.
Strike one.
You didn't want Vinny to go either, did you?
Who? Vinny? Who?
Not Vinny. Why was calling boy?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Vinny the Negro.
No, not Vinny.
DiVincenzo?
DiVincenzo.
Oh, he the black.
Well, he
Michael
kind of black though.
Oh,
Yeah, he the black Michael Jordan from Delaware.
oh,
Well, I won't go that far.
But that's that's what they call him.
But you can tell
the white.
You can
the white. Michael
you can tell those kind of by their haircut. He had a haircut like us.
He ain't really Mike Miller.
No,
Mike Miller didn't have no haircut like us.
No, Mike Miller, but Mike Miller was down.
Yeah,
Mike Miller was down.
Mike Miller did.
And his name Dante.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
there you go. That,
yeah. So
right.
he was raised on Second and Key.
Yeah, Dante.
Hey man,
Caller, welcome to the program.
Hey, good morning to you, gentlemen.
All right. So before you get started, Meech, so the person who just put on our live stream here that Meech hadn't called yet, you just talked him up. Okay. Call, welcome to the program.
Well, listen, I'm glad I still have a fan around. Anyway, listen, what was the topic about? Was the hater today? Was that about that monkey deal?
No, we started that early. That's
right.
In the
That's right.
program.
Well, I wasn't able to chime in. So if you let me digress a little bit on that, listen, that's nothing more than a distraction. I can't see me myself seeing Donald Trump post that when he's in
waiting. And he know what time it is.
Listen, I didn't want to push the
Meech.
buttons.
You know you can't say dude name. You can allude to him. And we really don't want that.
And let me shout out right now, Summer Camp 101, Camp Wickham Makers. Look at that. Hey. And they have a female camp director. Caller, welcome to the
Jermaine, that's
program.
strike two.
Hey man, I was gonna push the button, man. I had to make sure.
Strike three. We don't say your name no more. That's what the strikes mean. You lose your name at strike three. You at two right now.
I had to make sure, man.
Clark, you ready to assume the position?
Yeah, man.
Just in case that chair is vacated.
Yeah, man. I think this chair gonna be empty for a minute, brother.
Just in case that chair is vacated.
You know, it's called non-negotiables. That's a non-negotiable.
Say no passes given.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he was sitting over there like,
hey, he acting up.
But
for some reason,
finger in radio.
My finger wouldn't push the button on time. I don't know what it was, man. I think I was scared.
Caller, thank you for your patience. You're on there.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
All right, yourself?
I'm doing good. Hey, this is a question for all of you. If you have a comment or you don't have a comment about Turning Point USA is doing some type of alternative halftime show.
Have they announced it? Because I thought
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
Well, Kid Rock had been talking about it, but had they actually got the lineup?
Yeah. Kid Rock. Kid Rock, and there's two more other people that's performing.
The party of Christian values and family values and all that BS that they try to promote. Kid Rock is one of their headliners, I guess.
Yeah, well,
and he's got a song out called "Cool Daddy Cool."
Yeah.
Did you read the lyrics to that?
Yes, and it is real suspect. It's real sucks.
I mean,
talking about kids, little kids, and things like tied into little girls.
And it might be statutory, but something mandatory or something sick like that.
Yeah,
but that's the party of Christian. I just wanted to let you guys hear about that their alternative halftime show with their headliner Kid Rock or whatever, but I won't mention his name. Yeah, go ahead.
So what channel is it going to be on?
I don't care.
Caller asked if we care. I don't care.
So they didn't even announce that yet.
Yeah, I mean that there's a lot up in the air.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna hang up and listen. Thanks about that. You have a great weekend. Thank you. I'm gonna hang up and listen.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah, there is a lot in there because they didn't even announce what channel they was going to spear it on.
So you watching the Super Bowl?
Probably.
Should I tell people how to watch it?
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's your favorite team or if it's your team.
No. How to watch the Turning Point?
Oh,
what?
I mean, who cares?
Right. What is Kid Rock's claim to fame? What is there?
That song?
Yeah,
it is. It is the song. I forgot the name of the song that really put him on the map. Name of that song, but but they feel some kind of way. You know, just I don't know, man. But it's gonna be terrible for them because their ratings is going down the drain.
Who's that? Turning Point?
Yeah, Doc.
Well, there's some internal things there that I knew. You know, when you build an organization around a personality, when that personality is gone,
Yeah,
that organization will struggle because you look, the one of the things that people have what attracts people is their ambition.
yeah.
And so there are some people there who probably thought they should have been the executive director, the president, not his widow. So you're listening to Community Voice. We're taking a quick break and we'll be right back.
Around the corner, WNOV is spreading the love with our Valentine's Sweetheart giveaway, and you could be one of the lucky winners. Whenever you hear the cue to call,
Everything I need to know.
Welcome back to Community Voice, and we got Carla. Right? Carla, welcome to the program.
Good morning. You're on air.
Good morning, brother DJ and Keith and Jermaine again, and DJ. Thank you for another eloquent soliloquy, my brother.
Thank you.
I want to add an artist to your list, and if you're familiar with this, then you're even more wise beyond your years than I thought. You know who Ouija is, brother?
No.
Who?
Okay, Keith and I can explain that to you. I know Keith know who Ouija of the Dramatics.
Oh, okay.
His words were, "Don't give up, don't dismay. What goes around comes around, they say. And if the sun should fail to shine, dreams are the sunshine of the mind. Hold on to your dreams. Believe in love. Let love be the light to show the way. And love will shine on you one day." The song is called "Children, Hold On to Your Dreams." And so that's what I thought about when, the first topic came up, that our brother Meech, could not resist saying the name, of that individual. And that's why I will repeat that, cult behavior makes you act like Alice the Goon. I love Popeye, and you just have to keep repeating the same false narratives. And so I always welcome the opportunity for people to invite Meech on to lie or to try to respin what cannot be respun. Keith, I know you may have seen Richard Pryor on Saturday Night Live in the 70s when they talked about how primates actually have thin lips and are very hairy, which are Caucasoid characteristics. They are not characteristics of us. But I would never accuse a European American of being a primate, because we are on a higher level of thinking and being, and that's why, like DJ said, being selected.
Are we primates?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I think being selected is an honor. Everybody tries to imitate us, and in the good book that you guys talk about all the time, they say the meek shall inherit the earth, right? Okay, so
we're waiting on that.
Yeah, well, I think it could have started earlier, so that's my hate of those dummies who in 1419, when the Portuguese landed in Mali, didn't board the ship and say, either you're gonna show us how to build this, and you ain't going nowhere.
Okay, well, actually, human beings are Homo sapiens are biologically classified as primates.
Oh, we are? Okay. Well, the other lower forms, which would be orangutans, people non-speaking, let's say non-speaking primates. Okay. All right. So thank you for that, Keith.
No. I was just thinking, and maybe I put too much thought into this, that, it's amazing, because wasn't the argument, I know when we have discussions around evolution, I got black folks calling in saying I didn't descend from an ape. And I'm going, okay, then why are you tripping? Now I understand, because there's not so much in America, but outside of America, for people of color to be equated with a monkey is very offensive. For us, that's not one of the comparisons that they use here. But in other, like India, like I think the term is caca. You hear that term caca, like calling someone a monkey. I know at soccer matches, that's a big thing when they look at people of color who are good and they want to hurl an insult. So
Keith, however, they love each other more than a lot of people who are so-called humanoids, and many of them who wear red hats who voted for the individual whose name we won't mention.
Right.
They show more love and more nurturing, so they just can't speak. And we've all watched probably some Planet of the Apes episodes where they eventually became smarter than humans.
Yeah, but see, even then, now that's a good one, man, because how black people respond to Planet of the Apes and how white people respond to Planet of the Apes is totally different. Black people immediately begin to look like, who's in charge? The lightest was the orangutans, they the smartest was
General Urkel,
right,
with the red blonde hair,
right. But then who? But now here's the other piece: who were the warriors? It was the gorillas, right?
And there we go. And actually, the ones who are accused of being that probably have, like Crispus Attucks, have saved this country since its inception.
Mm-hmm.
The Tuskegee Airmen.
Last year when they honored at the White House, I think it was last year, people they honored, it was they put another guy in, but not Crispus Attucks. I thought it was interesting that they didn't include Dr. King, but they included Thomas Sowell. Thomas Sowell, if people know or may not know who Thomas Sowell is a very conservative economist. He studied under Milton Friedman, but when it comes to black folks, and because he taught at Howard University, and he just talked about his time at Howard University, making them sound like they were the most inferior instructors, all these different things. I remember reading those books in the 80s. And John calls in from time to time. John is a fan of Thomas Sowell. But it's I don't know who's responsible. Maybe I'm troubled. Maybe Black History Month is a good opportunity for us to recalibrate. Rhonda was telling me that at Medgar Evers' house down in Jackson, Mississippi, they're changing the brochures, trying to sanitize it from everything from the fact. Now, look, the reason why people are visiting Medgar Evers' house is because he was assassinated
in his driveway.
Right, which made him a martyr in the civil rights struggle. So, of course, one of the prime reasons there is that he was martyred. So to act as if Byron D. LeBeckwith, that guy. So I understand that. It just seems like, look, the dude in the White House, if it took us this to realize that he's a xenophobic, racist, misogynistic dude, because I'm going to use another word, this shouldn't surprise us. It's been going on since, at least that we've noticed, since 2015.
Yes, sir.
So it's been 11 years of this. So the fact that people are, like got your panties in a bundle, I don't know why, because this dude has been doing this dude. That's why I'm saying, don't get mad at the dog for being a dog. The dog is acting on the dog's nature.
Same dog that 1,200 victims are speaking out about, and that, those chickens will roost for him no matter how many distractions he tries to put out. And that's why the Obamas probably have took the high road, as the earlier caller said, and just not responded, because we know what his wife is and was, and how she was utilized by Epstein and probably Putin, and we know what type of queen Obama has as far as
bring up Epstein, and people
perception
talk
is.
about all of the sexual stuff, which attracts people. It's prurient, that just gets our attention. Epstein was a money launderer. That's the piece of it that a lot of people are missing here. You don't even get, because you're so dealing with the sex scandal. No, the reason why those people were in his circle is because he laundered money. Okay.
So we should follow the money, Keith.
Always,
y'all have a good weekend.
You watching the game Sunday?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
I'm going for Seattle.
Oh, man.
Have a good one, man.
You too.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
One of if I would have got a chance to preach this message 2 weeks ago, I talked about how when Jesus came out of the wilderness, he was fatigued, tired, open for suggestion. And so that's when the enemy started making suggestions, right? When you're tired, you're more susceptible. But I was making the point that you need to pay attention when you're in the wilderness, because wilderness is preparation. Now, we speak of, isn't it ironic that it's the Patriots and the Seahawks playing in the Super Bowl? Because was it 2012?
No, 14.
14. There was a kid, a rookie, who just happened to be paying attention in film study. Jamarcus Russell, it's important that you study, that you prepare yourself. And you know what happened? His training immediately kicked in. He recognized the play. He jumped the play. Rest is history.
One of the greatest. It's crazy. One of the greatest plays of all time. One of the most, mind-boggling plays and mind-boggling decisions. It's both a phenomenal play and then also like what are you doing? both ends of the
And,
sword.
I've argued with
that.
people about this. They played the numbers instead of playing their gut, right? They played the numbers. The numbers was from that distance, Marshawn Lynch had not scored all year. And so they played the numbers. But what they didn't know was somebody was actually paying attention. And so, yeah, the fake went in. You go into the line, quick step. Now, I don't know if he could do that if that was Devontae Adams, because there's nobody ever.
But they also lined up in shotgun too.
Yeah.
So
No, they weren't going to run Lynch. They weren't going to do it.
I'm saying, but that gives you they always talk about pre-snap reads.
Mhm.
Well, when somebody lines up in shotgun, 95% of the time is a pass.
It could be, but it could also be a diversion, because that's the whole thing. I watch how they design these plays.
All-time dumbest decision.
Well, if you're a Seattle fan, that's how you feel. Now,
No. That's just a sports fan.
for
You
me,
know the type of fan that I am.
Because I do remember a couple of games where Marshawn Lynch didn't score, and I'm asking, why are you running him?
Was that against us?
No, did we play him that year?
All right.
Yeah, we did play him that year. That's how they got into the doggone
So
Super
change the
Bowl.
subject, man.
Yeah. Oh,
we
my
didn't
bad,
got
man. I ain't
emotional.
brought that up.
We
I
started
forgot all
the
about
the
that.
program emotional.
Yeah, of course they played
Now
us that year.
We're gonna end it emotional. We gotta
Oh,
we gotta
God.
get off. We gotta,
yes.
Yeah, we gotta move on.
Okay. That's right. Did we play him that year? We sure did play him that year.
Right.
Oh, man.
Caller,
I don't
thank
even
you
have
for
a
your
dog
patience.
to go home and kick. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning,
Good morning.
gentlemen.
Good morning.
Everybody know we're dealing with the Imperial Wizard, Satan himself. So, hey, that's the way I look at him.
I think that's
Because,
offensive
hey,
to Satan,
you don't
but
mean
okay.
me no good. You don't mean me no good. When you came down that golden escalator, what you said about the Mexican people, I said to myself, if you feel that way about them, I know how you feel about me.
Mm-hmm.
You got a bunch of cowardly white men in the White House that know good and well the Hispanic population is constantly growing, the black population, and every other population is growing except the Caucasian population.
I think we
That's
kind
the
of
reason.
we're at 0 too. I think black folks
Well,
are 0 too.
Well,
Yeah.
what?
0
Well, at the same time, that's true. That's the reason during the Super
I
Bowl.
don't really believe that though. I think they lying about that, but that's another discussion.
But at the same time, on Sunday during the Super Bowl party, with all your friends and nieces and not your nephews or whatever, and family members, even the young folks, what they say, reach one, teach one. Just tell them to invite 12 people to come out and vote, and just do it as well as that. It's something we can do on our part and in our own homes.
Yep.
So you always just recruit. If I'm out here, not meet a stranger, I'm having a conversation, I'm going to bring it up to them. And I'll just ask them, I won't just bluntly ask them, but I'll get around in a certain way of asking them. And, you just ask them, hey, do you vote? Did you vote in the last election? I be telling the people, some people I talk to, tell me, oh, it ain't going to make no difference. I say, yeah, that's why you're in the situation you're in now.
Right.
So why you complaining?
Okay.
All right. Y'all have a good weekend.
All
You
right.
too. Appreciate it.
No, black population is not at 0 population growth. Between 2000 and 2024, the U.S. black population increased by roughly 36%, rising from 36.2% to 49.2 million. This is driven by higher birth rates, immigration, and increased identification as multiracial. Okay, so we are growing.
I know that. The nation is growing.
Yeah.
The nation can't
330.
grow, but I don't think are we the biggest minority? I don't, because there was a lot of discussion on if black people were the biggest minority, or if Latinos and Latinas have surpassed us. But the nation can't continue to grow and the other ethnicities and races aren't growing. That don't make sense. Like I said, we just gotta listen to what our parents told us. All right. if it don't make sense, then it can't be true.
Yeah, actually, it's Hispanics.
Yeah.
They make up 19.5% of the population.
So they surpassed us.
Yep.
So are they had to increase too?
Yeah, and actually, our percentage of the population has dropped. Let's see. As of 2020, 57.8% of U.S. population was white, 18.7% Hispanic, 12.1% was Black, and 5.9% was Asian. Another 4.1 were people of 2 or more races. All other groups were under 1%. Okay. So, yeah, I think because at one point we were 14%
right.
of the population. So, but as you said, as America grows, Latino population is growing exponentially.
I mean, everybody got to grow. It can't. It
Well,
can't
no, but
just
whites
be.
are not. I think whites are zero population growth. Maybe just be whites at 0. So prediction for Sunday.
I want a tie.
You're not gonna get one.
I know. You know me.
You taking Seattle?
I'm a Packers fan, so I'm a sore loser. Whenever we lose, I don't want nobody to win. So I don't really care.
Yep. It says here the non-Hispanic white population in the U.S. is experiencing an unprecedented decline due to an older age structure, with deaths outpacing births, a trend projected to continue through 2060. Even under zero immigration scenarios, the white population remains the largest group, but is declining, with the share of the population projected to drop to roughly 50.7% by 2060.
Because I was hearing, and they've been blasting that for years, that by 2050, the population would be half, multi. Yep.
Well, let me, and I always make this argument, but you can be the largest minority, but if you're still the poorest minority, your numbers.
True.
So the issue doesn't become, it's not a quantitative issue, it's a qualitative issue in terms of what real growth should look like for us as a people. And, we're still dealing with the residual effects of slavery. So let me do this just to recap. Black History Month book of the day. Today is $40 Million Slaves by William Roden. And great book. Let's see, can I remember... Clark, I'm going to see if I can remember the books this week. Let's see. We started off with, let's see, what was that first book? Wasn't it 2 books?
Is it on the screen?
Oh, yeah. No, The Revolted Black Athlete was Wednesday, right? Let's see. The Green Book, okay. And I think we also did the Negro Business Directory. State of Wisconsin, 1950, 1951. And Miseducation of the Negro, that was yesterday. And today.
How good is that book?
Actually, it's pretty good. It was, I got a copy in the car.
Wow.
All right, you're listening. Oh, I'm sorry, DJ.
Hey, again, obviously this is the first Friday of Black History Month, so happy Black History Month to everyone. A caller said earlier in the week that, it is on us to preserve our history. And I wholeheartedly believe that every month is Black History Month, and it will always be on us to preach our history as well as teach it.
Before the Mayflower, that was the book. Okay. All right, Clark. Jermaine.
Yes, sir.
Tito, Randy, Michael, Latoya, and of course, Little Penny.
Hey, you know what? Man, I know we're about to leave, but I got a quick question for y'all. If there's 365 days, why we only named 7 of them?
The good Lord willing, creek will rise. Hope to talk to you
Strike
about
3. He don't got no name until next week. He lost his name.
Y'all enjoy your weekend, and as always, go from this place in peace. It did kind of make me go like,
Yeah, make you think.